This is David. Welcome back behind the velvet rope. Let's just get right into it today because we are joined by the one and only Sarah Frazier.
Can we get right into it, David? Because let me tell you, today you got me working nonstop, and I need a break. I got a 3.5-year-old who gets up at 5:45 in the morning. Although that's kind of like you. See, you should have a kid. You're like ready for it.
Okay, first of all, I get up usually like at 4:30 or 4:45. I've been oversleeping, girlfriend. I like to be up. We post the social media for the day, and then we go to the gym all before 7:30, 8 o'clock.
You would actually be you're in the mindset to have a child, and you are up half the night. That's amazing.
Girl. But you, as far as you working in overdrive, I have never in
Too
my
much.
existence met someone who takes this many vacations. She's in Maine, she's in Michigan. Guys, you don't miss a beat because we figure out a recording schedule, but she is on vacation 24/7. 24/7.
It is true. And I do hit you up, and you're like, you basically have a heart attack. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to Maine again for like 14 days. You're like, what? Who does this? I don't know anyone that does this much. I'm
Right.
like,
So
well,
So before you tell all these people that I beat you, that I only pay you for your fucking cleaning lady, and all sorts of other bullshit, she is on vacation 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
he
Pretty
is right.
much.
I
Pretty
moved
much.
here, I'm very tight with my mom. My mom is my best friend. And so when I moved to California, I truly thought she would come out a lot, especially to see her grandson. No, neither of KJ's grandmothers have any interest in coming to LA. What is that about people? I would have thought California, isn't California like the best state, the weather, especially if you don't live here just to visit? And none of these
New
want to
York
come.
City is the best place in the
Oh,
world. Okay, sweetie?
okay.
Don't even go there. I am sorry. I live on the mean streets of Hollywood. I am sorry, sweetie. There is just as much going on the streets of Hollywood than there are in New York. I know you think the crime in New York. No, no, no. There's a lot going on in Hollywood. Let me tell you. Hi, Sutton over there in Bel Air. Come down to Hollywood, girl. Let me show you a thing or two. No, Sutton actually does go to Hollywood. That's what I love about LA. Like
Yeah.
everyone, you just travel. Everything is like 45 minutes away. When I have to go to Melissa Rivers' house, not close, 45 minutes, which is like nothing really in an
I
Uber.
would rather be in Bel Air than Hollywood, but Hollywood has its charm, you know. I mean,
I
it's
love it.
fun. It's fun. It's like a game of Amazing Race, you know. Except, am I going to be stabbed? But I love Hollywood. I love California.
I
Unfortunately, my
love it.
family doesn't seem to feel the same, so I have to go back to Maine and Michigan often. But enough about that. I mean, we have a lot of housewives, T, and we need to speak to you, the Bravo expert, the man who, how old's your show now, by the way? How old's Behind the Velvet Rope? We
Uh,
going on 5 years, 6 years old?
yeah, 5 years, which you told me is a legacy show, babes.
You are a legacy show, and a legacy show is a podcast that is older than 4 years old because most people, very hard to stick with the podcast game. So if you can get over 4 years, and what that means is advertisers like to look at legacy shows to advertise on because they know that most likely the host is going to stick with it so they can invest. So
Really?
congrats to you, my friend. You are, look, I've learned a lot from you. You are unbelievable. You are the top, top, top.
Not canceled yet. What a shocker. And my financial people tell me people love consistency. They say,
Do.
why you always humble? Why you always worried? They say, would you still be watching your favorite show if it didn't go off the air? And then I'm like, well, you have a point, because I would still be watching Melrose Place. That Lisa Rinna, she put that Taylor McBride. That Rinna put that baby in that car and she drove so far away from that apartment complex. Left Michael Mancini in the dust. Hi, Lisa
Hmm.
Rinna. You know I love you, girl. I really do love her. We have a lot to talk about. We have a contest winner to announce. We have our live show, but let's do a little Bravo first. All right, should we start with Brandi? I just want to start with Brandi from
Yep.
last week. We haven't
Yep.
really talked about Brandi. She has been dropped by her lawyers, and she says that she feels they were paid off. Right? Got anything else about this story that you'd like to add before we discuss it?
No. And here's the thing I will say is, I know a lot of lawyers, including you.
Yeah.
I don't think many of them, here, I don't want to offend you, but here's the thing I found out about lawyers. One, they love to talk, and lawyers love to gossip. I will say this, which is ironic because they're supposed to be holding all of the government secrets, but they're very smart, but they all sort of have big egos. I'm going to be honest. And,
Mhm.
if they think they can get fame from a case plus money,
Mhm.
very hard to pay off a lawyer, very hard, because there's something about lawyers, they love the spotlight. And so,
Mhm.
my girl Brandi, I feel like I actually thought I thought you said you thought Brandi had a case. No, maybe
No.
okay, you
I
did. I guess
think
it was Leah McSweeney.
yes, but for the record, okay, look, I've always said roll tape. Roll Surrey, pull the tape. We have to call our production assistants afterwards. Roll tape like they do
AI.
on Vicky when she says that she's a wholesome woman and they show her going crazy and having multiple partners like Emily Simpson. Roll tape. I've never said Brandi has a good case. I said McSweeney I thought did, but the last two times we talked about the swine stir, I said I have some information that the swine stir's case ain't so great. I think Caroline Manzo, I will stick by that. I think Caroline Manzo has a great case. Without knowing a lot of the facts, I think Kenya Moore probably has the second greatest case. And I think McSweeney's case, from some things that have come into my world in the past month, I think McSweeney's case ain't so great. And no, I never thought Brandi had a great case. So what do you think this is? And listen, by the way, as far as paying off lawyers, I don't think it's easy to pay off a lawyer because lawyers are smart. Like, we're not going to do something illegal. Like most lawyers, if it's, well, let me back up as Sarah
Oh yeah.
laughs over here. Have you ever watched the brilliant show Damages? Oh my God. Glenn Close and Rose Byrne. Guys, fuck this reality thing. Cancel the Housewives. Shut down Bravo. Let's do scripted TV. It is so rich right now. But Damages, I mean, yeah, not everyone got paid off, but I mean, a lawyer ain't gonna get paid off, by a Joe Schmo on the street. Like, we got to make sure this is buttoned up and there's 5 layers in between. So I don't think the average lawyer is just taking a payment because it's illegal. And lawyers mostly don't do illegal things because they know the law.
No, I agree with you. I think unfortunately she doesn't have a case. I don't know. I mean, I like my Brandy, and I think there's a lot of opportunity for her out there. I don't know if her podcast is still in existence.
Uh,
It used to be a top show. She ought to bring that back, and she should take a podcast course from both of us because we could tell her the ways. But anyhow, if I were her, I think it's time to let it go, move on, reinvent, because I imagine she needs money. This was I get it. This was a hard blow. I mean, it was years that she was not back on this show. I do understand. I think you are, even though they don't force you to drink, they don't force you to do things. I think she was encouraged. She thought she was playing the game and then it backfired on her. Right. And so I get it, but I think I don't think there's much of an appeal here to you. I mean, I'm sure she had great lawyers looking at this case
she
who
had
were
Garagos and Friedman.
okay. They're actually Garagos is not a good lawyer in my